feel like no matter where I go, 10 times a day, I find myself asking myself this question. I find myself going like, hey man, is anybody else seeing this shit right now? Have I stepped into a parallel fucking universe or something? Like, I went to buy a coffee just a few weeks ago from a coffee place, just so there's no confusion. I didn't go to a shoe store, I went to a coffee place, okay? I go up to the lady behind the counter and I go, can I have a coffee? And she goes, well, we have a special promotion. And today, for $2, you can get this drink, and it has vanilla, and there's whipped cream, and there's sprinkles on it. And I was like, that's cool. I don't want that. May I have a coffee? And she goes, it's the last day of this special promotion. And I was like, oh, I think I understand the full scope of the promotion. May I have a coffee? And she's like, you're a fucking loser. Here's the thing, this woman was enormous, okay? She was cute. She looked like 4 people melted into one. So I was like, you know what? You're super fat. You know when shit tastes good. Hook that shit up. I want to try it, right? And she goes, it's $2. And I go, all right. And then I extended at 20, and she goes, and I go, I'm sorry? And she goes, I don't have the change for that. And I was like, oh, so what do you want to do now? Are you saying I have too much money to shop here? And she goes, we just can't handle it. And I was like, handle it. It's a 20. Like, I didn't put the Hope Diamond on the counter and go, figure it out, stupid. Like, it's reasonable, right? And she was just all shoulders, like, oh. And I go, nothing? You have no solution? She goes, do you still want coffee? I'm like, yeah, that part's never changed. That's why I'm here. And I go, you can't resolve this at all. And she goes, you could ask somebody else for change. And I go, another customer in line? And she goes, yeah. And I go, what about the box with buttons in front of you? So I turn around to the line of people and I go, excuse me, do any of you guys have change? Everybody was like, oh, you fucking asshole. Like, you're at the place to get change. You're right there. But then there's one Arab guy, and I'm not saying that means anything, but he was, so why leave it out of the story? He goes, I have everything. And I was like, oh. And then he opened his attaché, and he had every denomination of every currency. Like where I could go, I want one of those, I want one of those, I want one of those. He was like, yes, yes, yes. Now enjoy your pussy drink. And I was like, okay, all right. And I want you to know something. I drank that pussy drink, and that's the best shit I've ever had in my entire life. Pussy drinks forever. I'm not sure that's what they're called, so take your chances, but it would be cool if you went to a Starbucks tomorrow and you're like, can I get a pussy drink? And they're like, I think I know what you want. Hold on a second. Can we just all agree on one thing? Can we just fucking get on board with the fact that it is time to see an end to the man who walks around in public with a cowboy hat on like he's not wearing a cowboy hat in public? I see these guys everywhere. Banks, grocery stores, airports. And now, not only do I see guys wearing cowboy hats, but they have adopted the cowboy persona, like where they think they're actual fucking, like the... Well, pardon me, ma'am. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. You look fucking ridiculous right now. Like you're a cowboy? Really? Cock-a-doodle-doo. Bang, 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 bang. Fuck out of here. Here's all I want from cowboys. Just be cowboy all the way, all right? Work with livestock. Like if somebody says, let's go get a beer, I want to hear you say, I got to shave some sheep. End your disputes with a pistol. If somebody cuts you off in line, be like, meet me at the saloon at noon. I'm a cowboy. And you better ride a horse everywhere. If you wear a cowboy hat, you shouldn't be allowed to sit in cars or look at planes. You should just be like, I tell you what. I tell you what. San Francisco sure is a pretty city. Yeah, I'll see you there in 6 months when you get there on your fucking horse. If you're a cowboy, then I am a knight. I'm a knight, and I'm gonna wear armor every day in case somebody wants to joust, and you leave me alone because I'm doing the queen's work, okay, mummy? You know who likes to be cowboys more than anybody? You know who? 3-year-olds, because they're not developed yet. And they go, mommy, and you go, yes, you're a cowboy, and your sister's a princess, and your father's fucking Batman. Because you live in La La Land, you don't know what's going on right now. Cowboy hats should come with class rings. So I feel like the same guy that buys one buys the other anyway, you know? Check it out, 87. I scored 14 touchdowns that year. What are you doing now? I'm just thinking about killing myself. Oh, okay. Well, why don't you get a Corvette and make it a whole kit? I went to the doctor that day. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I went to the doctor, and I was like, all right, I'm just going to get a checkup, see what's going on. The honest truth is, I knew it wasn't going to be awesome, okay? I knew the doctor wasn't going to be like, you might be surprised to hear this, but you're perfect. Like, you're a perfect physical specimen, man. I knew that wasn't going to happen, but I didn't expect him to be a dick. Usually they're not. I feel like in my experience, doctors are polite, almost overly polite, where it's phony and condescending. When they go, oh, really interesting story you got there. Doctors do that because you're telling them a story, and doctors don't want to hear a story. Doctors want to hear, this hurts. Not, I was over at my friend Charlie's house, and we went to move the ottoman, and, I mean, you can use it as a coffee table, or you could use it as an ottoman, it's up to you. And your doctor's like, I want to blow my fucking brains out right now. I go in there, I sit on the exam table, which is my least favorite table to sit on in the world. This is the only table that in 30 years I've sat on where my feet don't touch the ground. So I feel like a fucking toddler waiting like... My doctor comes in, he doesn't say hello, he doesn't say good morning, he just walks in, he points at me, which is super aggressive, you know? To start a conversation with somebody like, hey man, you're like, hey, what's up, man? And he goes, do you want something for your hair? And I go, what? And he goes, do you want something for your hair? And I go, I don't get it. And he goes, has nobody told you that your hair's falling out? And I was like, damn. No. And he goes, oh. Sorry. All right. Then he pulls my chart out of the slot, super dramatic, so that it makes a fucking noise. He goes, I'm like, and he goes, wow. And I'm like, really? Wow. Is it full-blown AIDS? Like, why is it wow? And he goes, you weigh 245. And I go like, yeah, like I knew that shit. And he goes, you weighed 230 last time you were here. Not exactly what I would call weight loss. And I'm like, are we at a fucking roast or something? Right? Like, what are you doing? Then he says, you know, you're the fattest patient I've seen all day. And I go, it's 9:30 in the morning. And he goes, still. He's like, you know, we ran your blood work. It turns out your muscle enzymes are through the roof. And I go, yeah, man, like, I'm super strong. Like, how is that a problem? And he goes, they're off the charts. I'm like, even better. I'm probably your strongest patient, man. And he goes, I don't think you understand muscle enzymes. And I go, that's true. I don't know what they are. And he goes, well, the only way you could have them this high would be like, A, if you were an Olympic athlete, which clearly... You know, I'm like, dude, what is the deal, man? And he goes, the other way would be if you were a cocaine addict. And I go, I don't do coke. And he goes, I'm your doctor. You don't have to lie to me. And I go, I'm not lying. And he goes, I can't treat you if you're not going to be honest. And I go, hey, man, aren't cokeheads skinny? Isn't that like part of the deal? And he goes, usually, yeah. The nurse comes in. She takes my chart out of his hands, and she goes, oh, my God. His muscle enzymes are so high. Maybe he runs marathons. And my doctor goes, look at him. So at this point, I go, this was a lot of fun. Thank you for having me today. I'm going to leave now. And he goes, all right. And he goes, hold on a second. Do you have a ring on your finger? And I go, yeah. And he goes, you're married. And I go, yeah. And he goes, to a guy? And I go, no. And he goes, oh, I thought you were gay. And I go, why? And he goes, oh. I'm like, all right, dude. And he goes, hey, I'm just kidding. And I go, that's fine. He goes, but check it out.